Looks like it is. Okay, great. Let's see how this works. So we are streaming live from the Arden Citadel, and today we're going to go pick up Serov. Serov fell off the boat again. No, Seraph has just joined Elite Dangerous, and it'll be a lot easier for him for the carrier to come to him than for him to try to come to the carrier. All right, so we're going to make that happen. So first, we got to figure out where you're at. So let me get your location here. Actually, I know what I want to do. I want to see it. I'm going to be on the command deck, so let me get to the command deck. Got to walk up there. Got to get out from under the wall here. The thing is freaking huge. All right, walking.
How many people are playing?
Probably we'll have up to maybe 10, but not all of them are active. So they
Oh,
may.
okay.
This is going to be a thing that goes on for months, so they'll drop in from time to time. And the other thing about this is we may have players that we don't even know are coming along with us, because the nature of the carrier is that it's like a space station. It exists in all instances, and there's no list of players that are docked to the thing. I don't get that.
Oh, so
So
anybody can dock to it.
that's right. That's right. I've set it up to be public access.
Okay.
So that's exactly
But
right.
now when it makes a jump, it's going to carry, when I log back in, of course, it's going to carry me with it.
That's right. If you were
Yeah.
aboard, you're coming along for the ride.
And you're going
Whether
to make jumps on Thursdays, right?
That's my plan, and I'll let everybody know well ahead of time. And if you say, hey, wait, then we will wait, because hey, it's just us. Okay, so I'm sitting in my seat. Make sure I can. Can I? Hey, oh, while I'm sitting down, I can't access the command control. Okay, all right, no problem. Maybe I can do it here. Commander, Codex, Bar, Fleet Carrier. Yes. Okay, that's what I wanted. So I pull up my little HUD. There's my fleet carrier. Okay. Now, first, we were going to figure out where you are. Okay. Let me see if I can get that. Codex
I'm in HIP.
97950.
That's it.
Perfect. Okay. So let me get this thing set. All right. So navigation. Open galaxy map. All right. HIP 97950. There you are. Yes, and it indicates that you are there. Distance 160.05 light years. Set carrier destination. Okay. "15 minutes to jump." So I'm going to sit down here and we'll just watch the countdown.
That's cool.
So this is my understanding. I actually wanted to see this, the whole sequence, because
Uh huh.
when we do these jumps, it's actually going to be like multiple jumps one after the other to get the distance that we want, each 500 light years. So I want to kind of time it to know and to understand how long each jump's going to take. And I know it's going to be a minimum of 15 minutes, so it may take like an hour and a half or 2 hours to make the whole sequence.
Right.
Which is okay. I'm cool with that. Lots of fuel though. Lots of fuel. But
I'm sorry. Once I figure this game out, I'll help with scooping fuel or
that
however
oh,
mining fuel, whatever you do.
well, for your ship, it's scooping,
Hmm.
and the carrier has a refuel capability, so you can dock and just fill up your tank.
Uh huh.
But for the carrier uses its own fuel unit called tritium,
Uh-huh.
and it is mined. So you have to. What we have to do is when we go out there, we have to find gas giants that have icy rings. And
Uh-huh.
within those icy rings, we'll find tritium deposits, and we go there with mining ships and mine them up.
Okay, so I need to purchase a mining ship whenever I can.
Yeah, yeah. And the carrier has some ships and gear that you can use to outfit a basic mining ship, but it's not going to
Mhm.
be ideal. So your best bet is there will be some stations nearby with better ships and better equipment that you can equip if you can afford to purchase it, that you can upgrade to. Um, but yeah, we'll see how this works out.
Okay.
So
Let's
my
see,
interest.
when we get near a station after a jump, then I can go to that station and get missions. And as long as I'm back to the ship, to the carrier before Thursday each week, then I'm good.
Right, but there is a catch to that. Since we're leaving the bubble, which is what they call civilized, settled space around the Earth. We're
Uh-huh.
quickly going to not have any stations nearby.
Okay.
Yeah, the only way that you'll be able to get money when we're out there exploring is by exploring. You'll be able to scan systems, and as you do that, you're earning credits. You
Oh, okay.
come back to the carrier and turn that in, and you'll get paid for it.
Oh, good. Well, that's how I'd rather earn credits anyway. Exploring.
Which is one of the points of taking the carrier along. Back in the
Mm.
old days, before they had fleet carriers, you folks would go out into the galaxy, and if they lost their ship, some accident happened, they lose everything. And these trips can take weeks. Going real time weeks. It's not like you're sitting at the computer, for weeks and weeks, but you're just
Yeah.
like a couple hours a night going around and looking at the sites. And by the time you've done that and gone to the far edge of the galaxy and back, it's taken you several weeks to do it. And it was a nightmare. But I remember the first time I did one of those trips and came back, I was really sweating coming back to the bubble, like if some pirate jumped me, at the last minute. So it's a lot cooler to have a carrier to, to be able to turn this stuff in as much as you want. So,
Oh my. Frame drive operating beyond safety limits. Let's see
so you
what
probably
the
get a
altitude
what,
is.
200-300 when you. I forget what the exact boost is you get. I think it's 150 from a neutron star.
Something like that. I know my unladen jump range normally for this thing is about 50 light years even.
Yeah,
And whenever I supercharge from a neutron star, it gives me a jump range of 210.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So those things are cool. What he's doing okay, yeah, the crew is starting to talk to us to say, hey, look, we're about to jump here. Um, so what Lunas is talking about is when you're out there, you'll occasionally come across white dwarfs and neutron stars, and they have streamers coming off of them. And if you're very careful, you can fly your ship, in-frame ship, into the streamer and get a temporary boost to your jump range.
Ah.
And for neutron stars, it's really significant. It's like 150%. So his 100 odd light year, like he says, goes over to 100.
Wow.
And they call that using the neutron star highway. You're basically take if you can find a course that contains these things, it cuts a lot off of your travel time if you're trying to travel thousands of light years in a hurry. But
Right.
but the thing is, with exploration, you're not really in a hurry. Having a jump range of 10 or 20, as long as it's enough to get across the gaps that are present, is enough. That's something that you're going to have to work on. You need to get we need to get you an A class jump drive in whatever ship you do,
Mhm.
because if you have that, you'll probably be okay. But
Yeah.
you don't need to necessarily have the biggest baddest, going 100 light years. Like, he's worked quite a bit to get to that point.
Right.
Just enough so
So
that you
much
can.
running back and forth from the engineer.
Oh God, yeah. The engineering mechanic in the game is a way to take your existing equipment and make it more efficient, do more, and
Right.
it's a grind. You have to gather the materials, and as a new carrier, you don't have any of that. A new character, you don't have any of those materials yet. But
Right.
over the course of gameplay, you get these materials, and you can turn them into these engineers that you have to unlock various different ways, and they'll then allow you to improve your equipment. But it takes a while, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
running around. Yeah,
I thought I saw an engineer in the station earlier, but I didn't. I thought it looked like it was locked to me.
that's right. Yeah, and
Uh.
and they probably will be at first. As you go and do things, they begin to unlock, and it's just normal stuff that you do, and you don't really have to work at them specifically until later. Some of them do have specific things they want you to do, and you can find out what that is later on.
Yeah. Uh. I'm gonna tell you how I accidentally shot the station earlier.
Say what?
I'm gonna tell you how I accidentally shot the station earlier.
Okay.
On, on a controller, the navigation menu, which also has the contacts menu, and you have to click contacts
Mm-hmm.
to auto dock. Okay. Well, that menu, you pull it up by holding down the X button on the controller and hitting left on the directional pad.
Okay.
Okay. But to bring up your weapons, you also hit X, but you only tap X.
Right. So yeah.
And so I accidentally brought up my weapons instead of the navigation menu and shot the shot the station and collected a 50 credit bounty.
Was it a bounty or a fine? Do you
A
remember?
fine. It was a fine, not a
Okay.
bounty. A fine. Yeah.
So bounties are bad. If you get a bounty, it's usually for some crime. You've
Mhm.
shot at a police vessel or destroyed one,
Right.
and then the police come after you.
I've done
Well,
that. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's quite a thing. But the
yeah, mine was a fine.
bounties and fines are isolated to the faction that's controlling that area. So you can incur a bounty at one station, but then make a few jumps and then be in an area where the bounty no longer counts, and that's how
Mm.
you can kind of work around it. Five
Yeah.
minutes. 5 minutes.
Anyway, it wasn't a big deal. I just had to pay the bounty. But then after I paid the bounty, it never unlocked. I had to exit out of the game, go back to the main menu, then come back in, and it had unlocked
They were
all
that
the
pissed
stuff.
off at you for shooting, their shrubbery there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so, no, you paid your fine, but you're still gonna have to wait. Back of the line.
But now I've gotten used to the X button thing, and I don't accidentally pull up my weapons anymore.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we're getting some more messages from the crew. That they're busy. Just around 4 minutes left. I've never known of a carrier miss jump, but I'm kind of curious what it would look like.
Is it possible to have a carrier miss jump in this game?
Yeah, but not routinely. Um, there's a, and Lunas may remember what I'm talking about. There was it wasn't a fleet carrier, but it was the first player-controlled capital ship called the Gnosis. Uh, there was a there was a group of very enterprising players who were kind of yeah. They're shutting down system the carrier services at 3 minutes. So the Gnosis decided, whoa, it's honking, it's making noises. There were red flashing lights. Oh yeah, and these covers are covering all the landing pads. They're actually cycling down, and all of them that normally kind of glow with their landing lights, it's all that went dark.
I just pulled up my Steam overlay just to look see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You must keep yourself on away mode all the time.
I do.
Okay. I knew it was
but I'm
showing
streaming it
time.
on Twitch right now. Is where I'm streaming it.
Yeah.
Uh, oh yeah, things are beginning to happen. I'll tell you about the Gnosis after the jump here, because I think we're kind of getting down to it. That's
It's going to
ominous.
be interesting to see how well I can play it from Mulberry. I should be able to with no problems.
Well, I think so. I mean, we're not talking about a high bandwidth sort of Twitch game, if you're not in
Yeah.
combat anyway.
Yeah. I usually get 15 down, but only one up in Mulberry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that should be. Remember, this is a 10-year-old game, so it was designed
Yeah.
for lower bandwidth requirements. 1 minute. 1 minute to departure.
I wish I knew what direction you would be coming from so I could
I'm not sure. It doesn't.
see it.
Yeah. I mean, some people figure out how to do that, and I haven't figured that out yet. We'll have an opportunity to later. Oh, big jar spinning up. 20
I'm
seconds.
hoping I'm pointing in the right direction to see you as you jump in.
Oh, all the lights dimmed as it started to spin up, and you got just the red lights flashing. 10 seconds.
5, 4, 3.
Oh man.
Here we go.
Are you gonna make the jump back tonight?
Yeah,
All right, so I'll get to be on board when you jump back,
that's right. Here we go.
and I can maybe I can look out and watch.
Oh wow, it's like the final countdown. Woo! I wonder if we're gonna go back in time. Oh, and looks like we're coming out.
I don't see you yet.
It hasn't finished. It's still coming out of wedge space. Oh,
I wonder.
there's a planet or something right in front of me. Oh no, it's a star. It parked us right in front of the star.
That's cool.
Oh shoot!
Okay,
We're
here. Ah, all right. We survived. Good job, crew. And he's gone back to playing his game on his iPad. Damn that guy. Okay. I swear, the navigator here, all he does is play games on the iPad.
But
All right. Sweet. Yeah, it parked us in orbit of the
show.
Yeah, no kidding. In orbit of the star, it looks like. Let me pull up navigation again and try to get an idea of where we're at. There we are. That's what I want. I want to see the system map. Yeah. Okay. So there are a few other carriers here, and we'll be right there at the top of the system map.
all right, I'm going to the system map now.
Yeah, a whole bunch of carriers here. I'm not sure why.
I've never even been to the system map before.
It's a pretty handy overview of what's here, and it's something that you have to scan to get access to. You know, when you're out there in new systems, but civilized systems like this, it's generally pretty common to have the whole thing right off the bat.
All mine says is loading simulation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now see, it shows the sun.
And if you go to the right of the sun, at that end of the line is the Arden Citadel.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
Mine is set up to use the WSD keys. Of course, you're using that controller, so I don't know.
Oh, I got it. I got it. I see you.
Well, go on over.
Okay.
I'm going to do
I targeted you.
something else. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get it right. Yeah, comms. I'm going to invite you to a group. That's just to make sure that you end up. Let me ask first. Are you playing in the private group that I sent you an invite
Yes,
to?
I
Okay, so this
I am.
Let me commander direct invite to team. All right, here we go. What this is, I believe, will allow you to do is come up on the command deck with me. You know, when we do these jumps, I don't know that you'll be able to stay up there. It'll probably sit you in a seat someplace, but we'll see.
Commander, your rank has now been changed from rookie to senior officer, okay? I got that.
Go one more over, and that's where your social menu is.
Yep.
And you should
I
see
see.
me at least. There you are.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So that what that assures is that you'll be in the same instance of the carrier as I am right now. Whenever you arrive now, and I'm going to watch you fly in. I don't know from what direction you'll come, but we'll be able to see you dock and land.
I think you're on the other side of the star from me.
That figures. Always easy, right?
Yeah.
And to answer the question about the jump duration, it looks like it's just straight up 15 minutes per jump. So it doesn't seem to be a cooldown. Hey, buddy. The cat has arrived. He's going to take over command duties. It's meow, meow, meow to you too. There you go, bud. For some damn reason, he wants to grab that mouse. Go figure, it's a cat. Keep it. Okay, there we go. You had a real world impact there.
Oh, maybe you're this blue on the map.
Yep.
Yep, I found you.
Okay, great, cool. I swear I painted it. We paid to have it painted red, so I don't know why it's showing up blue. We got to do something about that.
Is just the navigation marker for Super Cruise.
Well, we're gonna have to call those interstellar dynamics people and say, hey, look, we want our marker to be red. Red makes it go faster. It's got to all be red.
Problem with that, we already have red markers for certain people.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to shoot at those certain people.
That's true. That's true. That's a valid point.
You know why? I just figured out why I was mask locked.
Why's that?
Because I was I didn't realize how close I was to the sun. Would the
Oops.
sun mask lock me?
The you can be mass locked. No, actually, the sun will destroy you before it mass locks you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Crispy.
Yeah, you'll melt before you get close enough to not be able to jump away from it.
then that wasn't it. Then
No.
I don't know why I'm not mask locked anymore, but
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But anyway, you should be able to make your way over here, and we'll see what happens next.
yeah, I'm working my way there. I don't know what it says that I am 5 kilometers away. Maybe.
Are you in Super Cruise, or have you already?
No. Should I go in? I guess I need to go into Super Cruise.
So what exactly is the distance that it's giving you? Because it's
Oh,
typically you'll see kilometers.
2.9, 2.09.
2.09 what? Kilometers, megameters, which are thousands of
LS.
kilometers. Light seconds. That's light
Yeah.
seconds. So that's many thousands of kilometers, and you need to go into frame shift drive in order to traverse that distance.
Okay, so I need to figure that out here.
A light second is what, 30 megameters?
It's just as a rule of thumb, it's 2 light seconds or so between the Earth and the Moon. So that it's like 200,000 kilometers, 220,000 kilometers. So yeah, about 100,000 kilometers per light second. Big, lots of distance. Yeah.
See, I've got you targeted, but it won't let me bring up the. Oh, work.
So when you're in system, in order to travel between bodies and system, you have what's called frame shift drive. It's a step below a jump.
Yeah,
So that's
and
what
I've
you need right now is to enter frame shift drive. And again, I don't know how you do it on your gadget. Um, I use it's mapped to J on keyboards. Are the controls on the Steam Deck basically like a controller?
yeah,
And
exactly.
which controller would you say they're most similar to?
Like an Xbox controller.
Okay, gotcha. So somebody that played Elite on Xbox, which I'm sorry guys, because of the console thing that's happened.
It's got me mask locked again. I don't understand why I keep getting mask locked.
Are you
Don't look
flying?
over your shoulder.
Yeah, you got to be close to the station still. I mean, that's the only thing there that would mask like you.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
What did I just do?
Did you find it on the station again?
I was trying to make my way to you and then just almost hit the station. Oh, now I'm trying to get away from the station. Oh, crap.
Oh, no. Hey, this is why people get sidewinders, to run into stations. It, it's easy to do it at this point.
Let's see, how far away is the Ardent Citadel from me? 5,227 light years.
Yeah, bit of a leap.
Little bit.
That'd be 10 jumps for the carrier.
How many jumps would that be for me, though? Let's set that as the route for now, and let's see what the hypothetical is. That is, from my exact location, 123 jumps.
There you go. Which is not as bad as it might be. I mean, with that jump range of yours, that's great. You could probably burn through that in an hour or two.
Yeah, it took me altogether 2 hours in total to get from the bubble to the Soul Nebula.
Why'd you decide to go out there?
Oh,
Just to
crap.
say you did?
It looked pretty.
It is, yeah. So I heard um, screams and exultations from Seraph. What's happened?
I don't. I'm getting way away from. Somehow I got close to the star, trying to get away from the. I'm having trouble navigating. That's all.
Okay, so if you're actually close to the star, you got too close and you got dropped out. You have to point directly away from the star whenever you try to escape, and,
Yeah.
and there's an escape vector that comes up that you have to be pointing at in order for you to be able to jump out of that.
Oh.
And it is exactly directly away from the star. That's how that works. Yeah, stars are mean and nasty and huge and in the way. Back
Alright, got to sit
back.
right here, get some gas.
Oh, crap.
He keeps going. Oh, Craig. I'm wondering what's happening to him.
I can't get out of the star.
That could be dangerous.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So again, what you're looking for is the escape vector, and look for your bubble. Will show you where that is. Don't point at me or anything
Oh.
else. Just look. You know how to use that bubble that's kind of in the
Oh.
center on the upper left.
Okay. I'm out of it.
All right. Excellent. Cool. All right.
Whew. But I've got alarms going off.
Yeah. The heat. It's melted your ship some. So just get some distance between you and the star so you don't fall into it again. And when you're ready, you can come here and you can get fixed up here at the carrier.
What it is I was trying to. Never mind. I don't know what I was doing, to tell you the truth.
I just called Smitty the grease monkey to be ready for you.
I want to get out of mass locked.
I just don't understand how you are.
It's when I get close to that star.
Yeah, well, don't get close to the star.
Well, Yeah. I'm staying away from it now. Oh.
So, do you know how to exit frame shift when you get close to something?
No.
Okay.
Well, I've done it once during tutorial.
So the general idea is you've targeted where you want to go, and you're pointed at it, and you're approaching it. You don't want to go too fast. You'll notice your throttle has kind of a sweet spot, and if you keep your
Mhm.
throttle in that sweet spot, then it will. That's the perfect place. It will actually automatically decelerate as you approach the target. You don't have to do that as long as you set it in that sweet spot properly. That said, when you get within a certain range, you'll a little option will pop up on the screen saying, drop out of jump now, and if you do it at that time, and if you have about like 5 seconds, then you'll drop right on top of the target. So whatever you did to turn on your frame shift drive engine, you do the same thing to turn it off at that moment.
Okay.
All right. Well, while you're playing here, I'm going to go have a drink.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to get. I'm actually in game. I'm walking to the bar.
Alcohol.
Hey, you brought the Centauri Mega Gen, so don't let that stuff go to
Of
waste.
course.
See if there's anything to see out the windows here. Nah, lots of stars. Oh, there's another star way off in the distance there. Nice.
You know, you can go over into the place where you buy ships and look down in the window that's in there. You can actually get a perspective on what those one fighters look like and how big they actually are because there's one sitting in there.
Yeah. I was. I saw that, and I thought that was a fighter that's not actually in the game yet, or maybe that's one of the experimentals.
No, it's the not the Condor, the other one. It's the Taipan, I think.
Maybe, yeah. I can see that, with the wings folded up. Yeah, and it's actually not all that small. It looks like it's got a cockpit, and we used we pilot them via drone, but yeah. Let me check on this thing that I just poured some money into. All right. No, not
Hello.
Vista, not Vista. The other one.
Flame shift drive is charging.
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, nice, good.
Need a weapon upgrading? I've got you covered.
Yeah, excellent. Spacesuits. People are gonna need spacesuits. Get everybody covered. All right. Get on out here and see what we got. So how you doing, sir?
I'm still trying to figure out how to get back to the, okay, I see you, but I cannot jump to you. Why?
Landing permit required.
Yeah. You have to go through all the paperwork. Yeah, I mean, I got to send you to Alpha Centauri and do the proper registration. You got to go out to Hutton Orbital for that. So what's the exact message that you're getting, and what are you trying to do that gets it?
It keeps telling me I'm mass locked, and I don't know why, because I'm not near anything.
Are you Take you no, you can't do that, can you? Can you take a screenshot of it and send the screenshot to us? That's kind of a challenge maybe for the new Steam Deck thing.
Yeah, I'm learning everything. I know there's a way to screenshot. I just don't know yet.
Take a picture with your phone.
Yeah, that's right. I'm actually kind of curious what the thing looks like, and I've seen pictures of screen decks, but I don't really have a sense of the scale of the thing. Is it this huge, lumbering, bulky thing, or a tiny thing where you can barely read it, or how they do that?
It's not tiny, but what it is, I'm going around the star so that I can get a clear shot to you.
Okay. Well, that suggests you're in frame shift right now. I mean, if you're trying to go around the star without being in frame shift, you're not going to make it. It's going to take years.
Okay.
So think of frame shift as warp drive. It's faster than light travel in this game, and jump is like stargates. That's a bad analogy. Traveler's jump drive, where you jump between
Take us
systems.
to Warp 87.
That's right. Yeah, the practical speed of jump is incredible in terms of warp factor.
As I was jumping out to...
What is a high energy SSD weight?
That
Nothing
is
important.
another ship that's jumped to another star system, and that's the wake of their jump.
You can scan that for materials that you use at the engineers.
That's true. And Bill has noted that that's a big ship. Yes, it is a big ship. It's it's Spaceball 1 big. If I walked, the movie would be over. It's just huge.
Boy, cannons.
It does achieve ludicrous speed, yes.
Oh God, yeah. And we're halfway to Plaid as it is, just sitting here with the paint shop.
In fact, the antenna on the end of the ship is actually touching the star.
Kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
It's a temperature probe.
It is.
Got to make sure the star is done.
That's right. That's right. Over 165 million degrees.
Any cooler and you risk getting space salmonella.
Oh, God.
Oh, crap. If I could figure out how to bring up the drive, we'd be okay. I mean, I've got you right in my sight.
So hang on a second. Let's see here.
I did it in the tutorial, but I cannot remember.
Well, then we will consult with the Oracle of Google.
Increase. No, that's not. I'm mask locked again. Why?
Did the station creep up on you again?
Yeah, the station. You're flying around in such a way that you're getting the station interfering with you. So, ooh, Wordle. It's a new Wordle. I need to do that here. Okay. I've suddenly gotten into those Wordle things. So, Steam Deck. Or rather, Xbox controller. You said Xbox.
Oh, shoot.
So I did something incredibly smart earlier. I can't remember if I went into detail about it, but earlier when I said, did I even tell y'all that I just about melted my ship?
No.
I found a binary star system, and I thought it would be a cool picture opportunity to park my ship right between them.
Ooh. Yeah.
My temp spiked up to about 158%.
Wow.
I don't know how I got out of there with as little damage as I did.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's see. You hold A, which brings up a submenu. Then press up on the D-pad.
A and then up.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. And the same thing to exit. I hope that makes sense to you. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not a controller guy.
Well, that didn't work. It cycles targets. Maybe X and then up.
Do Y and up.
Analysis mode activated. Oh, but it is Y. I see Super Cruise is Y and down.
There you go. Super Cruise. That's what you want.
Yeah, my HOTAS is the same way because it uses Xbox buttons on the throttle stick to control everything. So they're labeled as such.
You just needed to hit random buttons until you found the right combination. So there you go.
Align with escape vector is now what it's telling me.
Okay, that was when we were talking about before, when you're too close to the star.
Or too close to anything, really.
Okay, so I've got to align with the
and
escape vector?
that'll be directly away from the star. And the escape vector will be noted in that bubble. That's just to the upper left of the radar. That kind of tells you the direction of your target relative to your direction.
Oh, I see the bubble.
And if it's solid, it's kind of in front of you. And if it's clear, just an empty dot, then it's behind you.
Oh.
Go park my ship to pick up some gas and run to the kitchen and check on my tea.
All right.
Having myself a Picard special.
There you go.
Ah, I found it.
All right, sweet.
I was looking at something different. Now I see what the escape vector looks like. It's a blue reticle.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And you only need to use the escape vector in certain circumstances. Normally, you just point at your target and you go. But like you get too close to the star, so yeah, that's one.
Okay. So it let me out. Now I gotta find you again and then warp to you.
That's right. Yeah, the carrier hasn't moved much since it got here.
What the crap?
You do, cat.
Oh, I just crashed into you.
What? Really?
Yes.
Well, that makes it easier for you to dock. Yeah, that's the importance of what I was talking about before with a throttle. You can't be going too fast. Okay, the cat's grabbed the mouse again. Hey, bud. But if you have the throttle set in that safe zone, then you can safely exit when you get within like 1,000 kilometers of your target. But as you just discovered, if you're not in that safe zone, then you just come out and it's all a mess.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm so confused. That wasn't you I crashed into. I don't know what that was.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm looking right out over the carrier. I didn't see anything blow up, so yeah. Oh no! Don't hit keys, cat. Don't hit keys. I'm trying to keep him entertained, so he didn't grab the mouse, and now he's decided to
I
play.
see a resource extraction site.
Yeah, those
Dropping.
are. Oh, I got you, cat. In civilized systems that have rings around whatever, you'll see those, and in
Oh
game
my
terms,
God.
in game terms, those are used to for bounty hunting because you'll find pirates going after miners there a lot.
I don't know what I've done. glide complete.
Okay, you've landed on a planet, it sounds like.
I thought I was. Oh my god, this is so fun.
So,
No, I'm not landing on a planet. It just says glide complete.
well, that's where you glide happens whenever you enter a planetary, a landable planetary body, and it kind of glides you down to the surface, so you can kind of control your descent.
I don't want to glide down to the surface. I'm gonna try to fly out of this.
So you need to point away from the planet that you're close to, that you glided near,
Yep.
and then go back into frame shift drive and crawl away from it. You need to get away from the planet quite a bit in order to navigate freely.
Yep. I'm out of there.
3, 2, 1, engage.
I wonder if this thing will give me a clue where you're at. Not really.
I'm 24 kilometers away from where I just was, so now I'm gonna shut my drive down for a second so I can figure where I'm at.
Oh, that beacon. You're 10.5 light seconds away. No, that's the nav beacon, not a player beacon. Never mind. That's not useful data.
I have acquired Earl Grey hot.
There you go.
So, did we finally get situated onto the carrier?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. We're crashing into planets now.
Oh, fun.
Oh, I see the planet I was crashing into. It's big and popped. It's got a lot of pops. Okay, let's super cruise out of here.
Wonder when my next neutron star is gonna be.
Oh, you'll see it on the map. Just look for those big jumps.
Oh. My next one is in 2 jumps.
Mm-hmm. You've got an auto field repair unit, do you not?
I do not know.
So if you're going to be using the neutron stars a lot, you'll want one because every time you do, you're taking damage to the jump drive.
Yeah. I've noticed my health on that going down this whole time.
It's not a lot. It's like 1% per, but it adds
Yeah.
up. If you use 10 or 20 of those things, then your jump drive is like, what? What do you mean it failed? So
Let's see, frame shift drive is at 95% right now.
yeah, so you're good. It doesn't really start to kick in until below like 85, 80.
At time when you try to jump halfway across the galaxy with a FSD that's at 1%.
And it works.
And it works.
That's the story of Jacques Station. How Colonia got started. Have you heard that story?
I have not.
Okay, so this is back years ago before fleet carriers and capital ships and all that. But at kind of the beginning of the Xeno story arc, where you have the Thargoids beginning to show up. So, what what folks were discovering was that Thargoid stuff is kind of incompatible with our own tech, the corrosive effects and all that good stuff. You know, the effects on electronics. But they didn't quite grasp how much of a problem that was. They were bringing some of these artifacts back to stations, and it was causing damage to the stations. Well, that was about a time that fella, enterprising guy by the name of Jacques, had one of the few mobile stations, and yeah, that's a thing. Some of the kind of mid-sized stations have jump drives, and the purpose of that was they're able to position themselves in outlying systems wherever they're needed, and you know they just jump very infrequently. Well, Jacques got this crazy idea that hey, I'm going to go to Beagle Point. We need a station out of Beagle Point, 65,000 light years away. So I'm going to take this big station that can jump, and I'm going to go to Beagle Point. And people were like, "You go, Jacques." So the day
Okay,
came. Go ahead.
it's approaching you now.
So okay, I'm looking for you. So the day came, and you know Jacques spun up, and everything was hunky dory, and he made that jump with that big station, and that was it, dead air. Nobody knew what happened to Jacques. We assumed that he got destroyed. Well, a player did an amazing thing. Players, explorers, they were just kind of going across the galaxy map, you know, and looking and filtering for populated systems. Because this was a time when people were trying to find remote outposts that might show up on the map, or Thargoids or something. And they found this one system that had a population of one in the middle of nowhere, 22,000 light years from the bubble. And they're like, what's that? So they go there. They take their big Connie or whatever they had and just drive out there. And lo and behold, there's Jacques Station. And the devs were like flabbergasted. It's like, you found that? How the hell did you find that? So that's when you know many people started showing up at Jacques Station. So they rolled with it. You know that this was good devs. They said, okay, fine, we'll make it part of the game. They made a big deal about community goals to repair it, and then community goals to build the area around it, and that became Colonia. So there you go.
Oh, Bonnie, I shot past you.
Seriously? Oh wait, you
Yeah,
must still be in frame shift.
yeah, I just dropped out of frame shift, but I was a little bit past you.
Okay, you'll get the hang of it. Whenever you get close enough, it tells you safe drop now, and
Yeah, yeah.
and that's when you do
I
it.
saw it. I saw it too late.
Yeah,
I'm only 53 light seconds from you.
yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, when
Could
you
be
think about
53
these,
parsecs.
yeah, sure enough. But that's a thing. You think about these distances. You know, we kind of say 53 light seconds. That's not bad. Well, that's 53 seconds of light travel. That's not an insignificant amount of distance. So, yeah, we kind of take for granted, at least in this game, that we can traverse such distances.
Light is what, about 300 billion miles per hour?
I don't recall the miles per hour, but it's about 300,000 kilometers a second.
It's zippy and then some.
Maybe no, 150,000 kilometers a second. It's just yeah, I'm overdoing a bit, but yeah, it's quite zippy. But it still has a speed limit. You know, it's not instantaneous.
12 light seconds. I should be seeing you.
It's within. You get to get closer and closer, and it's within your. It's much less than a light second that you can jump out. It's 1 megameter. So you'll go, 13, 12, 11 light seconds, and then it'll switch over to megameters, 24
Yeah, I'm down to
megameters.
2 millimeters.
Okay, and
Press Y to disengage.
that's right.
Okay, so I just disengaged. I'm at 1.73 megameters from you.
That's still too far.
Oh,
When you do
well,
that safe
dang.
disengage, then it just drops you right on top of me. And it has to be
I
under
see it.
1,000, under less than
I'm
1.0.
7.7 kilometers from you.
Sweet. Okay, great. So come on into dock. And we should see you dock when you do that.
Be sure to get authorization to dock first, though.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Carrier, yeah, it's like any other station.
It's not letting me.
It had to be less
Other-
than 7.5
Oh,
kilometers
okay.
away before
I
you
got
can
it.
get authorization to dock. Yeah.
Yep, docking approved.
Okay, I see where you're going to dock. All right, over there.
Slow down to auto dock, okay?
Yeah, that auto dock is just great. That's Carl, the guy in flight control. He's a nice fella.
I am going to get the hang of this.
I'm missing the docking because Twitch decided this was the perfect place to put a 5 ad block.
Sorry. Wow. Yeah, that's on kind of autopilot.
Wow. Yeah, the Arctic is big.
I see him. There he is.
Oh?
And he's kind of eclipsing the sun there, kind of passing in front of it. And touchdown. Nice.
I'm in. So now I can disembark.
That's right. Come on up to the command, and I'll give you a tour. Let me head on back, and I'll meet you at the top of the turbo lift.
All right.
Not sure which one you're going to come out, but yeah, you'll be coming up here soon.
I'm walking around the docking bay.
Excellent.
Let's see. Yep, I found an elevator.
Well, I see where you're going to come out.
Carrier stern. So I'm going to the carrier stern.
Yeah.
I'm in the elevator.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I see you. I see you.
There you are. Excellent. Okay. Well, welcome to the command deck. Let me just
Nice.
give you the nickel tour here real quick.
All
Here
right.
are various services. The bar, the most important place on the carrier, is to your left.
Yep, I see it.
And if you need to purchase suits and such, this is the place to do it. And here.
All right.
And there's a shipyard, but it's the same thing that you can access from the ship menu, but
Yeah.
they have something similar for it here. And then for ground exploration, when you get biological samples and stuff, this is where you would turn it in.
Right.
And then up front.
You're here.
And here's the theater seating area where you
I
see...
still want to see what happens when you interact with those escape pods.
It sends you back to the last station that you docked at that wasn't the carrier. That's,
Nice.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I understand that they are there for. That's a way for people that jumped halfway across the galaxy that didn't want to go back to the bubble. It's like, I don't want to be here. I'm out.
So this is where I could sit and watch the view.
Yep. And there's also a command deck. And since you're on in my team, you should be able to access it. But I
Is
think,
it through this?
yeah, this one that says restricted here,
The red elevator.
that's not working for some reason.
It says in use.
Okay, there we go. Took a moment. I guess only one person can go up there at a time.
Sounds like it.
Crazy lives. All right, well there you go. Oh yeah, you can sit up here. They're extra chairs. It's actually not a bad view.
All right. Yep. The elevator's letting me in.
There is
So
an
I'm going-
office up here and seating for guests. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. And
All right.
It's not a bad spot. The office is kind of hey, great. You got a little office for the captain and such.
With a nice view, of course.
And that's a pretty good view. But I think the best view is actually from the theater seating below, because you get to see up and down. But it's good from up here too. All right. Well, you ready? I'm going to set the countdown.
I'm going to go to the theater seating.
All right. You pick wherever you want to sit. It's all good. So
I want to do.
Let's see here. We are going to go fleet carrier here. Navigation. Dun, 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 dun. Navigation. Okay. Yeah, that only took like 44 units to jump over here, so it's not bad at all. All right. And we're going back to L. Oh, I can move my keyboard back because the cat's playing. So
Oh, yeah. I got the best seat in the house.
9021. Going back here. Yep. Carrier is ready. Set destination. All right. L190.
Yep. I can see it on my screen. 15 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to take my seat.
Dun dun dun.
All right. 15 minutes to jump.
All right.
This is going to work
gives
out
me-
pretty good.
Yeah. It took longer waiting for me to figure out how to.
This is literally the first day you played the game, so
Yeah.
it's no big deal.
Thanks for looking up the Y button for me.
Oh, that was Luna's, but we knew it had to be some combination of random characters. Yeah.
There we go.
Is this stuff happening? Oh yeah,
Is stuff
I
happening?
see. Luna's is streaming over there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm about to do something exciting.
Could turn on Twitch and watch the stream as I'm playing.
Yeah, we're 14 minutes from go time, so
Look at that pretty blue color at the end of the tunnel.
oh boy. You picked yourself a blue giant?
Wink.
So basically, when we explore, I can go out and get biological samples, bring them back to the ship, turn them in, and you get money for that. Get
That's right.
creds for that. Gotcha.
And it's not
That's
just
probably the
biological samples, but also the scans of the systems and planets. And if you find planets that are habitable or terraformable, you get extra credit.
I found a few out here already.
Yep. And if you're the first to find a system and the planets in it, then you get even more extra credit, and you get your name associated with it.
Ah.
Permanently when people show up to that system, they'll see Seraph found this, and that's
Gotcha.
That's kind of cool. But I think that's how you earn credits exploring. But I think for me, the cool factor of this is going out there and just finding something beautiful, because you'll come across scenes that are just gorgeous sometimes. Sunrises and sunsets on worlds with different atmospheric compositions, and the conjunction of planets that are just arranged just so. It's those are the things that really kind of capture me. You make your own adventure, basically, doing exploration in this game. It's very undirected. Like, Luna's just there. He flew all the way out, 5,000 light years to see a pretty nebula. I do the same thing. I think that's perfectly fine.
You can also do what I'm doing right now.
That's right.
Get retina damage from looking at this neutron star for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are problems doing that too.
Let's get ourselves a supercharge. I know it's operating beyond safety limits.
I'm watching on Twitch, so I get both views.
You're
I
getting
get
stereo.
my view and my view from the theater.
Like I say, I actually think the theater views, it's less cluttered, and you're getting to see more of the carrier. So up here, you get to see that countdown going.
Well, for my first day playing, I have learned a lot.
Now, there's a fair bit of depth to the game. I would compare it in subtlety and complexity to Eve Online, which has been around longer. But this one is, first person, as opposed to Eve being kind of grand scale fleet battles and such. That's not really what this is. You can certainly get involved in a lot of fighting, but you don't have to. You can do what we're doing now. We're planning on going out on an exploration fishing trip, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'd rather explore than fight. 10 minutes.
Let there be jubilation.
Oh, I just had a guy tell me the jump sequence has been initiated.
Yeah, that's Carl. He'll keep us appraised. If you hear Carl go, bail now, then yeah, hit for those jump pods. I mean, the escape pods. Otherwise, he's very cool and British. He's drinking that same Earl Grey tea that Luna says.
Winnings of London.
He's got that accent going, yeah. Although I did catch him once coming into dock. It sounded like he was taking a nap. He comes on over the comms and goes, yeah, this is flight control. Come on in, So, good go, Carl. Oh, sure. Hold on. You can walk around on the command deck of the carrier, but not the entire length of the carrier. The carrier is huge. It's something over, I think 3,500 kilometers, not kilometers, meters long.
That would be a hell of a ship.
That'd be a hell of a ship. Which is, bigger than a Star Destroyer. I've got 8 minutes, so I'll go ahead and do that real quick. But the area that you can walk around, and this is the command deck. It's normally accessible by the ship's owner, but also anybody in their wing. They can sit over there.
I'm going to be a rebel. I'm going to sit on the railing.
Yeah. At some point, it teleports you to a chair, when it's ready to go. And then astern of there is some services. They're probably all locked down by now. They will be shortly. Yeah, so we don't have much time.
Lockdown begins 5 minutes.
There's our shipyard, and here's our where we turn in experimental data from ground
Biolab.
exploration. Is the most important part of the ship. The bar is way over here. These
Indeed.
guys get really irate when the bar closes down. So hey,
Has the bar been stocked with anything yet?
you can't stock it with drinks, but you can put ground stuff, and get the bartender to buy and sell it. And here's where you buy suits and ground equipment, it's weapons,
You
and
looking for a new weapon or to upgrade an old one?
yeah, like what she said. And then this is just a small connecting corridor to the lifts that head down to the hangar areas. The only other parts of the ship that you can walk around in are the hangar areas where your ships are. So you can get out there and see your ship in all its humongous glory. And the last little thing to note is where Seraph is sitting down here, the theater seating. They kind of set it up like an airport concourse, So, yeah, there's Seraph kind of hanging out. My understanding of the jump sequence is that if you're not in a seat when it actually goes to jump, you get put in a seat. Just say, here, sit down. We don't want you wandering around the ship while stuff's going on.
Otherwise, you'll be hanging onto the railing, flying across the bridge, and screaming about how much you hate raspberry jam.
No kidding, man.
Any passengers who wish to remain in the system must depart the carrier within the next few minutes.
Let's see, how many jumps am I from my destination? 49 jumps.
Wow. Yeah, you've. Well, hold on. What's your destination now?
The only black hole within the Elysian Shores region.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was luckily along my way back to the bubble, so it's not that much of a
Have you
set off
visited
of the
a
main
black
course.
hole before?
I have a long time ago on the Xbox version, but not this version. This will be a first for me.
Yeah.
When other people are docked, can we see their ships in the docks?
If they're in the same instance, yeah. And that's kind of why the importance of the private group or open or what have you. 5 minutes to jump. I think I'll watch it down here with you, sir. I don't
So
think
if they're in our private group,
they'll show up here and we can see them and we can go to their hangars and see their ships. And if they're in the same team, you can actually board their ships and be part of their crew if their ship supports multi-crew.
That's cool. So every time I play the game, I need to go into our private group.
Yeah, I'd recommend it because remember when I said the carrier exists in all instances, including the open instance? We're going to get some folks in open that are gankers. Their entire purpose is to hang out on the carrier and wait until we're like 10 or 20,000 light years out and then go blow up explorers. People, it's Elite Dangerous, has people like that, like anybody else.
So in the private group, we're kind of safe from that.
That's right. It's just us. So they literally can't reach you that way. They can come along for the ride, but they can't get to us. So that's why I recommend using private groups when you're exploring. You don't want to be bothered with that nonsense. You just let me do my thing.
Well, there are some nice people. There's the folks from Inara, the Hutton truckers,
The fuel rats.
fuel rats. You can't go wrong with any of them.
That's right. But and most of them operate in open as well. But it's a matter of I'm just out here doing my thing. Private groups are great. But I agree with you. Yeah, because I did one of the Distant Worlds 2, and part of that group, all that was done in open for the most part, and that was great. Meeting up with those folks. Head to the command deck seating area immediately. All right, I shall do this.
Carrier service has been temporarily suspended.
And you see, you got the horn.
Yep.
It's time to sit down or have your atoms rearranged.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I saw it from up there, the top seat earlier. So I'm kind of curious if the view's any different. I think it will be because you have this huge window, that you can look up a little bit. And the witch space effect for a capital ship jumping is visual. It's very visual.
I've turned around and I'm looking at you.
Yeah. You kind of get the feeling it's like an IMAX theater experience. We're just waiting on stuff to happen here. Steven Spielberg, his hand reaches right out of the screen and grabs you. And you hear that? They're locking the airtight doors. You're in trouble when they're closing you off from the oxygen.
Just in case they hit a space bird and break the windshield.
Ha, yeah. Cat, no, it's not. Okay. The cat is a dangerous thing at this moment. Come here, buddy. Don't want you walking over the controls so much. Cats need to be in their seats too whenever we enter hyperspace.
Well, I hear the drives.
Yeah, they're spinning up.
Do they actually have rotating parts, though?
I think that's the idea of the frame shift drive, yes. Somehow they're interacting with particles unknown, and they use some spinning motion somehow makes that happen. Here we go. 30 seconds. Thank you, Carl. Carl's letting us know.
Ten. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Yep.
Ooh. Like an electrical store.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like the final countdown. When the image goes back in time.
Yeah.
It's just Thor standing on the front end, swinging his hammer around.
Yeah, pretty much.
Neat.
Viva Las Vegas!
Oh, this is pretty cool.
Alright, here we're coming out now. I don't know where you're going to land us. I want to figure that out. How you can predict ahead of time and have a ship there and to see the emergence.
Is that possible?
Yeah, plenty of people have done it. Oh, cool. So, looks like, we're around the star again, looks like.
I guess that's the default. It puts you right near the star.
Yeah, I think you're right. Ta-da! We're here.
That's pretty cool.
You are now free to move about the cabin.
You are now free to move about the cabin. And you see, totally different star, different color.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there you go. That's a fleet carrier jump.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Well, man, we got you to where the tour group's going to leave, L19021. So you feel free to do your thing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to log off for tonight.
Yep.
And then I'll play some more tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do.
That sounds good. Well, just give a holler if you need anything. For those watching the stream, thank you. And we're going to sign off at this point. You got to see the rescue of Seraph via fleet carrier. And you folks have a good evening.
That would have taken me 33 jumps.
Yeah.
The most dramatic of rescues.